6 o'clock, I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm Denise Valdez. Discrimination at a local country club surrounding two biracial children.
A Valley mother reached out to the Nevada Equal Rights Commission, which confirms this did occur. And now the mom is speaking exclusively with the I-Team.
Vanessa Murphy sat down with the mother and children for their first on-camera interview. Vanessa?
This Valley mother knew she and her kids, who are Caucasian and African American, were being discriminated against, so she turned to the Nevada Equal Rights Commission. After a more than 2-year investigation, a big moment for the family, the commission backed up the mother's claims, finding there was racial discrimination.
I want them to know that they're beautiful and that they're strong and smart, and if people were to treat them like this, that they can stand up and say that's not right.
Carmel Hill's daughters are learning this at a young age.
Say Jessie, Wolf,
and Bella, and I'm 5 years old and she's 8 years old.
In 2016, when Jessie and Bella were just 3 and 5 years old, Hill was a tennis instructor at Red Rock Country Club.
My kids weren't allowed to go to the childcare, but other people were allowed to use the childcare.
According to this complaint, later filed with the Nevada Equal Rights Commission, Hill and other members observed another Caucasian instructor use the daycare called Tot Shop for his 2 Caucasian children.
Did they know that the girls were biracial?
Oh yeah, they'd been there. They knew that they were biracial, you can tell. The GM had made a comment that it also was a liability, that if my kids hit another kid, then they could be liable to be sued by that parent that was a member. And see, my kids weren't members, that I worked there, that could be a liability. Like, my kids have never hit anyone.
And then when she did bring Jessie and Bella to the child care provided,
one of the ladies that I coached came up to me and said, you need to go talk to Mike, because one of the members just complained that your mixed kids were at the tennis center.
The complaint states a wealthy and longtime Caucasian country club member was overheard stating, "Whose black kids are these?" and complained to management. 5 days later, Hill was fired. And after she filed this complaint with the Nevada Equal Rights Commission, or NERC, she was banned from the property.
What were you thinking?
I burst into tears.
Perhaps the hardest part is explaining it to Jessie and Bella.
I said, and Mummy's going to stand up to these people, and we're going to go to the discrimination board and report them so that this doesn't happen to any other little girl.
In July of this year, after a public hearing, this settlement agreement and order were signed. NERC issued a probable cause finding of racial discrimination and retaliation.
It was like, it was satisfaction that I had made a difference.
The commission ordered Red Rock Country Club to provide discrimination training to all employees and incorporate Equal Employment Opportunity Commission guidance on workplace policies, and then go back to the commission to prove it was done. Still, the country club is calling some of the allegations inaccurate and incomplete. Currently, attorney F. Travis Buchanan is negotiating on Hill's behalf for settlement money.
Really made me just personally upset is that, when my client told me that her oldest child, who at the time was only 5 years old, said, "Mommy, what's wrong with me? Why did I get you, what's wrong with me? Why would I get you terminated just because of who I am?"
He says Red Rock should pay Hill for the harm she and her family went through as a result of the discrimination and retaliation.
I'm happy that my mom is fighting.
We reached out to an attorney for Red Rock Country Club and have not received a response. So I called the country club directly and asked for a manager or someone who could talk to the media. I was transferred to a man named Tom, who told me there's no story here, and hung up. Hill says she's still banned from the property, which affects her since she plays in tennis matches and her daughter Bella also plays tennis. Her attorney says that is an issue being addressed in those negotiations. If a negotiation is not reached, they plan on filing a federal lawsuit against Red Rock Country Club.
And Vanessa, how many complaints does the Nevada Equal Rights Commission actually deal with?
Within the past year, they received 1,500 complaints, according to a spokeswoman. About half of them were found to be discrimination. We have a link to NERC on our website and documents from this family's case, 8newsnow.com.
All right. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.